the start of another beginning racer race. Let's take another look at those two trailing boats and see what's going on. No number is on port tack and has to give right away to 37 on starboard tack. But no number tacks onto starboard tack and would then have the right of way if only there were enough time for 37 to respond properly. Thus it gets to be a judgment call. Berry Pond is always tricky with the winds constantly changing. However, when there is enough wind to cause the boat to heel, the amount of the heel is a real good indication of whether you're pointing as high as you can go to advantage. If the mast begins to go straight up and down, your sails are not catching quite enough wind and you need to point a little further away. Of course, you can also use the telltales and see, are they streaming mostly aft or are they kicking off to the side? If the masthead fly is kicking off to the side a little bit, you can probably point higher. In any event, continually try to see, feather up a little bit into the wind just to see if you can point higher without going much slower. And if you can, do it and continue to point higher so long as you can do it without losing speed. And as soon as you look like you're losing speed, the mast comes up or the sails flutter, immediately go back to where you were and keep up the speed. It looks to me like the masthead fly is kicking off to port a little too much here from time to time, indicating the boat isn't going quite as high as it could. This whole corner of the pond has frequently shifting winds, and it can be a lot of trouble to get around that windward mark. 77 here is having difficulty finding just where upwind is, and it's going to take a little extra time to get around. .37 touches the mark, which in some regattas is a foul, and in any event hangs on debris that the recent floods have hung on the mark. So it's going to have to try to back up a little to get off. As soon as the boat is squared away after rounding the offset mark, it's good to look down the pond to see where the best wind is likely to be. The ripples show you only where the wind has been, but they still might be the best indicator you have of where the wind is likely to be as you go further down. As you begin to get a little closer to the gate, look to see which side might be favored on the last leg to the finish. While you still have half the pond in front of you, it's relatively easy, usually, to go to whichever mark you want to. But it's much better to be at the one that gives you the best chance at getting across the finish line fastest, which means the wind is a little more favorable in that you don't have to make as many tacks, or it's stronger, or whatever. Neither of these boats is wing and wing, which means it probably would be a good thing to ease in and out on the sails a little and left and right on the rudder a little to try to find the optimum speed. Always play around just a little at a time. If you're wing and wing, mainly you want to keep that going while you can. It will probably be the fastest point of sail. The masthead flies aren't indicating very much wind right now. Kind of in a lull. It'll probably pick back up though. Yeah, here it goes. See the boat heel? There's good wind now if you just catch it just right.